It's Frankie Nicole, back out in the Zen Garden with Mr. Oliver here. And today is actually National Hug Your Cat Day, so let's get that one over with. Love you many more. Yes, I love you, Kens. You're like, I fucking hate you. You know? So, today I wanted to talk about just perception and focus of your mind. Just kind of like focusing your energy and your thoughts. And I also wanted to add in, I let my ego go out for a little stroll last night, and my ego is Tiger Pony Princess. So if you can imagine that monstrosity bouncing away, yeah, it was pretty fucking awesome, and I was proud, and I soaked it up. I know that it's not always how I will act, and it's not how I will approach every situation, but the situation last night was definitely fitting. Yeah, had to, enjoy myself because, god damn it, I'm fucking hot. Alright, ego, last time. Okay, so, love notes. And this goes along with like perception and focusing your energy and focusing what you want in your life versus what you don't want. I mean, there will always be unpleasant things. There's always going to be a bill. There's always going to be that bitch Patrice who you just hate because they just rub you the wrong way, and this is how it is. But taking that energy, instead of directing it in a negative way towards those people and those things, direct it towards what you want in your life. New job, new clients, new prospects. You want new things in your life. Deeper love, greater love. And, you have only so much energy, so you have to really figure out how you focus it. And it's really, I think it's an important lesson that we need to teach children, and I think especially in like elementary school, we should really start focusing on meditation and harnessing your energy and focusing it, and I think that really would solve a lot of behavioral problems. I know there's always going to be, people who are going to naysay and they don't want their kids to be taught a certain thing, but for the good of humanity, I mean, come on, let's teach people like how to direct their stuff towards positivity and not negativity, and have pity on those who don't know how to, and don't reprimand them, don't chastise them. They just don't know. Don't yell at the stupid person because they don't know. Alright, so my love note. I want something real in my life. Reliable, sweet, sensitive, kind, caring. Wants me and only me. Firm foundation. Real love. I know a lot of mine are love-centric, but, I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed of wanting love in my life, and if it comes in the form of friends, and if it comes in the form of felines, and if it comes in the form of my, twin flame soulmate, if it comes in the form of my parents, sister, extended family, that's great. I will always have love in my life, no matter what, as long as you're not specific about who you need to have this love from, and it's okay. And a lot of times I get love from people I don't want to get love from, but they just love on me because, I just shoot magic out of my fingers. And they want some of my magic, and it's okay. I understand. It's a great thing. I appreciate it. I love myself, and so people want to love on me, and you know what? That's okay. Just don't love too much on me, or if I don't want you in my proximity, don't be in my proximity. That's called rape. But it's love is available. You can tap into it, and you can use it for your own benefit, and it's free. It's a free source, so use it. Enjoy it. Alright, so I'm going to take another card out. I love this one. I love this. Every loving thought is is a seed of love. Sometimes seed sprouts instantly, and other times it lies dormant for a while. The timing doesn't really matter. Love always grows greater love. I love it. This is totally on par with everything. Because, just putting it out there, putting love out there, you're going to get it back. That's part of, kind of like along the lines of karmic return that we were talking about yesterday. But, it's just, it's so good, and it's like knowing that you can have it, and you can like take the love and you use it in your own way, and you don't have to use it the way someone else wants you to use it. It's not selfish. It's that's what it's for. If somebody wants to give love, you are not forcing them to give love. And you can take it because they're giving it to you. But, when they start demanding it back from you and being possessive, that's when it's like, and controlling, that's when it's not love. And so it's really important to distinguish that. And like, if people give you energy, like if you're out at a bar or a club and people are interested in you and want to dance or whatever, maybe it's just temporary, like little, creative romantic energies, but it's temporary, and you can use it for the temporary time being, and then, but you don't bank on it being there. So you have to kind of figure out like how much of a source of love you need in your life, and then be that source, and then everything else is external, and then you don't actually really need other types of love, except for extraneousness and, enjoyment of life. And I think that's really a great thing to know about yourself. If you love yourself so much that nothing could ever shake that, then you just have so much power. So much power. And no one can ever take it away, because you can control your thoughts. No one else can control your thoughts. Unless you're under a hypnotist. And if you're in a relationship with somebody that's trying to control your thoughts and trying to control your actions, this is always an unpopular thing that I say, but dump them, cut them out of your life, get rid of that sad sack of meat dragging behind you. And I tend not to dwell on the emotional part, so I get emotionally attached, but I don't know, I don't let it run the show. I don't let it rule me, and so I think it's easier for me to leave a situation that doesn't work, because I don't want to continue having that in my life. Unless it's really someone who is worth it, and I can't really see that anybody would be really worth it. I went through 4 years of hell with somebody because I thought they were worth it, and I let them, drag me around or drag them around like a crap sack of meat. And I just, no, I don't want somebody who I have to tolerate or deal with. I want somebody who has their own love for themselves that couldn't be taken away. So we come together and we create this even greater ball of just love, So that's something to think about. A lot of relationships we have out there are really codependent, and it's important not to be, because you can't have an external source of your happiness. You can't. It's just not. You can do things for yourself that make you happy, but you can't ever rely on somebody else to make you happy, because they will always fail you. And that's just the buzz for today. Alright, this card has to come out. I think that's why I'm happy so often. At least, I used to be, and then I let that person suck it out of me, and I became dependent on it, and it just was not. Then I lost my power for a while, and then I had to learn how to get it back. It's a process. You have to learn how to get your power, and part of that comes with discovering who you are and learning about yourself. And every day you learn new things, and you adjust the compasses and the sails, and you say, okay, well, that's how it was, and it'll be different tomorrow. So let's just keep navigating this journey. So we have 5 cards, punctuation mark. I'm going to read the punctuation mark first. The Devil in reverse. Yes, I love it. Okay, so we have these 2 people tied up by the devil, and it's just, it's like continuing like this like thought and need of codependency. And I think it's like, it's totally perfect because the 2 people are together, and it's like, it's also can be representative of like sex, drugs, rock and roll, and just, you know, like madness, you know, over consumption, just going way too far in any kind of direction. And so in reverse, it's talking about you're being freed from those bonds, you're being freed from the chains, you are able to step away from that mentality and mindset, and you are able to focus your mind on not letting those vices and those things control you. And that's really kind of what the message is. And it's interesting, I really like how he has one of those medical symbols as his like stock, and then at the bottom he has a heart. So basically he's through the heart. So like I feel like heartbreak does cause a lot of the over excessiveness, and then it also can cause heartbreak because if you overdo it in any certain way, you can just completely like, you know, ruin something that could have, you know, like had a good growth. Like if you smother the flame too quickly, the fire is going to go out, or if you water the plant too much, it's going to die and rot. So it's a balance is always a good thing. So I'm glad that we got in reverse, because that means that we're going to have the ability to step out of those bonds and balance and be, at least step out of the mind frame. I don't know. Temperance is really the balance card of tempering the water and making it the perfect temperature, which is also the sign of Sagittarius, because we're all about tempering. Okay, then we have the Moon in reverse. And that's interesting because that's talking about like our emotions and like being uncertain, and like and that can cause a lot of like over excessiveness as well, because feeling like you don't have a certainty or like an idea and like a connection to your intuition, because it can also represent your intuition, and that can make things are kind of confusing, like because the moon is so changeable, so that sometimes you feel one way and then you feel another way, and you just don't quite know what the real thought is. You have to cut through the emotions and you know, see what's really going on, and it can be difficult with the moon in reverse. Ooh, 4 of Wands. So the 4 of Wands, and it's in reverse as well, usually never really has a bad like or really a reversed meaning. It's usually talking about a gateway, or like it's completion, it's like stability, stability of actions. It's a great card. It's basically like the marriage card. Not in traditional like gonna say you're gonna get married tomorrow or whatnot, but it's like this stability that, you know, there's 4. There's 2 and 2, and there's 4 ones. It's just like there's you know, there's 4 legs to a table. You wouldn't, you know, unless you have a 3-pronged table, and usually those aren't as stable as 4-legged, because just the ability to give it stability is the part that the 4 brings. And tarot works a lot on like numerology as well, and so I love how they're like rotating over a fire, but they're working together and they have each other, and that's what matters, is because they're able to work together to in a stable manner to you know, avoid getting burned but still keeping warm from the fire. So it's it's a comfort, they have each other, and they have this comfort and this happiness. Then we have the Queen of Pentacles. And I've talked about her before, and she's in the upright, which is good, because reverse, she can get a little snitty. I tend to get reversed Queen of Pentacles sometimes. I'm just like, you know. I love referring to myself as tarot cards. Sometimes this is ridiculous, but it's hilarious. Stubborn, she's a very money and practical mattered woman, and she's always about the home and the hearth and the fire and keeping things good, and I think there's going to be a certain stability when it comes to like the home, but it's going to be maybe not something that you're used to, or that you can that you're always like that like it's you're not going to necessarily know there's this about the stability, or like there's going to be maybe like an emotional like block of like feeling it, but it'll be there. And the Queen in reverse or in upright is definitely like a very positive indicator, as well as the Four of Wands. Oh, and then we have the Prince of Pentacles. So I have a feeling that there's maybe just a little uncertainty about bringing this the the stability into the home, but it's coming, because both of the the page is upright, the page is bringing news, and maybe it's just kind of like there's a decision that needs to be made, and it's like kind of up in the air, but like it's there. I don't know. It's interesting. That's kind of what I'm getting from it. But there's definitely two Earth people and involved in this situation, or Earth energies. There's like a practical matters of messages coming, and there's Miss Mother receiving these messages, home hearth mother, and of stability that maybe is just kind of little wafty. So, and definitely released from those bonds, released from the chains. So you can trust to feel good. I mean, it might not feel immediately like secure, but it's there. All right. Well, oh my gosh, it's already at 18. Shoot. All right, have a great rest of your day. I'm gonna go jump in the pool because it's really hot.